Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Check.
They'll run here with John Kelly. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball. Ready?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now. And he's going to go down again. Zadarius Smith providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sack. And now they're staring at a 4th and long. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Defensively, here are the starters for Carolina. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On second down now, it's Keller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. This is Kelly. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. He can run for it, and he will.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
This will be fielded at the 17. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second and 9, Newton. That's caught by Kelly. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Back.
They'll run with Kelly. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Play action. It's Newton. Completes this one to Meredith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Kelly. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, it's Kelly. A nice move he had but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Gets it to Meredith, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that?
on, what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Here's Jones. They'll have a first down past the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the... Pick up, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jump out! 56. Max 56. I got one.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Jones. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's complete to Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tanyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They'll start on the ground with Kelly, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
What we got?
Newton now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Out of the gun, Newton. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Dean Lowry in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeout. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, exit. Check Mike 54.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. Cortland Sutton, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head down the turnpike to see what's happening with the Eagles at home in Philadelphia. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 27-9 was the final. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Jacoby Brissett, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have the lead as we send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go,
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll go again to Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On 2nd and inches, Newton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Newton on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. And a special play there by the special teams. It's one thing to fake it. He ran it in for the score.
I think the special teams coach saw something on film in preparation for this game, told the head coach now's the time. He got the green light, and they worked it to perfection.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, it's Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Let's go.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. To try again after the sack. Rodgers, complete to Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hey, I-7.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Get 300. Get 300. 56.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And that's complete to Adams. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who is going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Hey, you block over here. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Mike 54. Mike. Back one.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Carolina getting set to take the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The shotgun snap for Newton. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Packers 14, Panthers 10.
Mike. What's that? Right 88. Check.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Offense.
And that'll set him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, Newton, he'll buy some, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned. And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks. He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, it really talked about adjustments. Well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task. And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely. Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hey, 88. Mike 5-4. Yeah. Hey, dude.
Working from the gun. Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They come out here in the eye. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Allen Lazard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now this throw caught left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On the delay, it's Kelly. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Newton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the carry is Kelly. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory, backed up, in good situation. It didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard this sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And Thomas has it. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. That's caught by Kelly. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Hey, 26. Got four down.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Double dog, that's the way.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm here all day.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Adams has it. Complete. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Packer first down.
So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
This is Jones. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
319. 56. No chance. Inside.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
You better be afraid of me. Deuce. That's outside. That's SOS.
Here's Rodgers, and this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Packers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.